It is 6:40 in the evening. Your brother is at the hospital. Your sister is driving home. You are 3 states away, looking at your phone and asking one question: what changed and who is responsible for the next call? That confusion is not just a caregiving problem. It may be a KDP product opportunity. Welcome to KDP Low Competition Niches Daily. Today, we uncover a fresh, high-potential niche with strong demand and low competition. Here's your daily edge.
My take is simple. The opportunity is not in making another generic caregiver notebook. It is in owning one stressful handoff. Families may be coordinating appointments, transportation, documents, questions, and follow-up calls from different cities. The emotional need is real, but the buying need can be very practical. One place to keep everyone aligned.
That gives us a focused audience, long-distance family caregivers who share responsibility across relatives, locations, and schedules. The product is an organizer. It can help someone record questions, contacts, responsibilities, schedules, and document locations. That boundary is part of the product promise. The first concept is a long-distance care coordination planner. Imagine opening it before an appointment. There is a care team directory with names, roles, time zones, and preferred contact methods. Then a page for questions to raise, a conversation record, a responsibility tracker, and a simple follow-up list. Add a transportation details page, a document location index, and a weekly coordination view. The prompts can be practical. What changed? What needs confirmation? Who owns the next call? When should the family reconnect? Those questions create repeat use moments without making medical claims. Before an appointment, after a call, whenever responsibility moves from one person to another. That is the gap. The second concept is narrower, a hospital-to-home handoff workbook. Its job is to organize a transition from a hospital setting to home or another care environment. It might include a transition timeline, questions to ask before leaving, contacts to verify, arrangements to confirm with the appropriate professionals, and a handoff page for the next caregiver. Notice the verbs ask, record, verify, confirm. Avoid language that suggests the workbook guides recovery or manages treatment. Use large headings, generous writing space, clear checkboxes, and repeated copies of pages that will actually be reused. These two products belong to the same small family, but they solve different jobs. One supports ongoing coordination. The other owns a high-pressure transition. Now, do not publish because the idea feels meaningful. Validate it. I would use 4 signals, and I would treat all 4 as directional rather than as proof of sales. First, test Amazon autocomplete with problem-specific phrases. Try long-distance caregiver planner, care coordination notebook, family care communication log, hospital discharge organizer, and caregiver handoff workbook. Save the exact suggestions you see on the day you search. Do not claim that a phrase is popular merely because it appears. It is a hypothesis to investigate. Second, inspect the results manually. Count only genuinely comparable titles. A book with the word caregiver in its subtitle may not serve long-distance coordination at all. Record the title, audience, format, page promise, price, and visible review count. I am not going to invent a search count here. Marketplace results change, and a result count is not a sales report. Your job is to measure the specific gap, not to inflate the opportunity. Third, read the middle and lower rated reviews. Look for repeated friction, pages that feel too generic, not enough room to write, contacts scattered across the book, or a cover promising coordination while the interior delivers only lined paper. Capture the buyer's wording. That language may become your strongest clue for a better page structure. Fourth, compare search environments. Repeat the phrases on major bookstore sites and note whether the same buyer language appears outside Amazon. You are not looking for proof of sales there. You are checking whether the problem is described consistently across marketplaces. Then, separate product intent terms, like care coordination log, from informational terms, like what does a family caregiver do. That distinction matters.
Here is a compact AI prompt for the review work. Group these reviews by recurring product frustration. Preserve the buyer's original wording, identify the underlying coordination job, and suggest a neutral page structure. Do not make medical recommendations. That is enough to begin. Add a second instruction asking the model to label each pattern strong, moderate, or weak based on repetition. Then verify the clusters yourself.
For audience language, ask AI to separate phrases suitable for a title, subtitle, description, and interior heading. Tell it not to exaggerate urgency or imply guaranteed results. For originality, ask it to compare your table of contents with competing feature lists and identify differences in sequence, usability, audience specificity, and writing space. Never ask it to imitate a competitor. Use AI to organize evidence, not invent demand or copy expression.
Now, let's put conservative numbers around the business case. Suppose the paperback price is $14.99. Depending on trim size, page count, ink, marketplace, and current platform terms, imagine a print cost near $5 and a royalty contribution of roughly $4 to $6 per sale before advertising, taxes, and other expenses. That is an illustration, not a forecast. Check the current calculator for your exact addition.
For a simple conversion test, imagine 100 qualified listing views and 2 purchases. That is a 2% assumption. 10 similar groups of views would produce 20 orders in the example. Change the traffic, conversion rate, price, or print cost, and the result changes immediately. A second book can expand the product family, but it cannot rescue weak positioning. Relevance, usability, conversion, production discipline, and customer satisfaction all matter.
Here is your same-day test. Spend 10 minutes capturing autocomplete phrases and genuinely comparable titles. Spend 10 minutes sorting review complaints and product intent keywords. Score the idea from 1 to 5 for audience clarity, problem frequency, competition fit, interior differentiation, and responsible positioning. Do not award a 5 because the concept feels compassionate. Award it only when the evidence earns it. Use the final 10 minutes to draft 10 sample pages, a care team directory, appointment questions, a conversation record, a responsibility tracker, a document index, transportation details, a weekly view, a handoff summary, a follow-up list, and notes. Then test 3 listing angles, coordinating care across distance, keeping handoffs together, and preparing for appointments with less confusion. If the pages cannot keep the promise, revise the promise.
The care handoff gap is a focused opportunity inside a broad caregiver market. The strongest positioning is not another caregiver journal. It is a usable organizer for long-distance coordination or a workbook for documenting a transition without pretending to provide medical guidance. Validate 4 signals. Use real buyer language. Check bookstore patterns. Test the interior before building the full manuscript. If the evidence is weak, narrow the audience or walk away. That protects your time and your publishing reputation.
If you want to go beyond a quick search, request my custom niche audit and AI-powered opportunity report. I can help you examine comparable titles, map buyer language, score the opportunity, plan a responsible product family, and identify risks before you spend weeks creating the interior. Use the service to make a better decision, not to outsource your judgment. Keep the promise organizational, confirm important information with qualified professionals, and never present a planner as a substitute for professional care. That's your actionable niche for today. Apply it and watch your author business grow. See you tomorrow. Publish smarter. Profit faster.